Brilliant. Well, welcome everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to this session to introduce you to HEC Alumni, your alumni association. So perhaps a round of introductions first, because I'm joined here by my colleagues. So I'm Marguerite Galland. I'm the Executive Director of HEC Alumni. And I am here with Janet O'Sullivan,
hi everyone.
Network Director. Ophélie Martinel, who is our
Hello,
Network
everyone.
Manager for International. We also have Christina Keogh.
Hi, everyone.
Who is our special person in London, based in the UK, to look after alumni relations over in London. And Mathilde Courtois, our live project manager. So we're going to, try and use this session to give you an overview of what HEC Alumni is and what we can do for you. But first of all, let me congratulate you for graduating from HEC. I think you're almost there. Your grad show is in a couple of days. So congratulations, very sincere congratulations for making it to the end of your program. And we're absolutely delighted to welcome you to the #1 alumni network in the world. Yes, no less than that. We've been recognized since 2019 with this fantastic ranking. And why did we get this ranking? Because not only, and we will discover that in a few moments, is the HEC Alumni a large network with 68,000 graduates worldwide, but it's also a very responsive and very vibrant network. So you're joining a real family here, a big community that will be your family for life. So let's see a little bit what this means. So I mentioned 68,000 alumni. This is actually one of the largest number if you take business schools in Europe. Amongst these 68,000, you have 64,000 graduates and 4,000 students who are on campus or currently pursuing a degree program at HEC Paris. So this community is very diverse. We have, more than 100 nationalities, well over 100 actually, and it is also spread across 80 international chapters in the world. And the photo that you see there actually is in London. It's our annual gala dinner. This one was at the Victoria and Albert Museum a couple of years ago with probably about 300 people from the local community. So just to give you a little bit of context and history, HEC Alumni dates back from the late 1900s, 1884. The association has been created just after the school was created. And so it's a community that has been around for a long time, has a lot of tradition, has a lot of history. And currently our governance is shared with the school and the foundation. So Frédéric Jousset, who's a graduate from 1992 and the co-founder of Webhelp, a tech company, is the president of HEC Alumni for only a few days because he is actually passing the baton to a new president who will be elected in a few days. And on our board, you will also find Eloïc Perrache, the Dean of HEC Paris, who I suppose needs no introductions to you guys, and Olivier Sevilla, the president of the HEC Foundation. So over 135 years of existence, it's a long history, but also probably what you need to know is that this association is only run by about 20 people like myself and my colleagues who are here today with me. But more importantly, it's a very bottom-up organization. And it's the 1,200 volunteers that help us and that run at HEC Alumni alongside us who really make it happen. So perhaps one day you will want to join one of our clubs or one of our chapters and be one of those amazing volunteers who help us day in, day out. So let's find out a little bit more about the network and the clubs that you can join as you graduate. Perhaps the first thing you need to know is the directory, how to use the directory. This is a very powerful tool, and I strongly encourage you to check it out on our website, hecalumni.fr. This directory has all the graduates whoever graduated from HEC Paris, you can find them. You can find them by graduation year, by program. You can do all sorts of different filters. So it's actually a really great complement to something like LinkedIn, which gives you very up-to-date professional information. This will have more personal information on people. And of course, it's only as good as what you put in it. So big encouragement to fill it in and regularly update your profile as you change jobs or you change geography or something happens in your life. Like, you know, if you get married or have children, you can actually fill that in. And that really helps, you know, position you on the map for your fellow graduates. So Janet, perhaps you want to take over from there?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, we're also much more than just a network. There are a lot of different opportunities which we propose. So we'd like just to touch base on what those opportunities are with our during our session today. So let me start with regard to our professional clubs, because of course now as you're coming to an end of your program, let me reassure you, we are as excited as you are to find out what's going to happen with your career over the coming years and to accompany you through this process. And the first way we'll do that is with our professional clubs. Now we have over 60 different professional clubs in every imaginable area, whether it be luxury, tourism, banking, and we have about 6 different entrepreneurial clubs, consulting, you name it, we have it. And to find out about these clubs, we will invite you to go to our website, which is hecalumni.fr. In fact, our website from now on should be your go-to place for any questions you have on our community. You'll find everything there, all of our online services, everything passes through our website at the moment. So please note it down, put it into your bookmarks. It'll be an important address for you going forward. But what I would like to underline is that each of these clubs is very much a bottom-up club. It's really about, the association is very much one where it's by alumni for alumni. Every club has its own board of volunteers, a president who's in charge of developing the kind of events which I suppose they themselves would like to attend. I mean, really, this will be your continuing education way forward in coming years, because by attending the events, let's say that our marketing club organizes, well, you can be sure that you're attending an event on a subject which is really pertinent to people who are working in that sector at the moment. So, and particularly for you now when you're perhaps preparing for job interviews, or you will be maybe for your next change of job, it's good to be aware of what are the challenges that the sector is facing, so you can speak knowledgeably about that during your job interview. It's also a fantastic way for you to network and to meet people who are working in that sector of activity. And if we go back to the hecalumni.fr space, well, each club has its own private space on our website, and you'll find the events, of course, and once you sign up for that club, you will receive the invitations for the events that they organize. But what I think is particularly interesting is the online directory, where you can find all of the alumni who are interested specifically in that club. So that's the way that you're going to identify who is working in marketing or who is working in consulting. So don't hesitate to spend a bit of time browsing and filtering. It can really be very, very interesting. And then also these clubs and with all the events they organize, that's how we get to like such a big number of events every year. And we probably organize over 1,000 events per year. So we hope you'll find at least one which interests you, and we'll encourage you to come along in any case. Now, it's not all about professional stuff either. We love to have fun. So fun can happen with the galas, and we have beautiful galas. We didn't organize so many in 2020, unfortunately, but generally there are very big events in Paris. And for example, last year we should have organized one in the Musée Rodin, which unfortunately didn't happen. The previous year it had been at the Petit Palais in London, as Marguerite was saying, the V&A Museum and other lovely places. We organized galas in Hong Kong, Abidjan, and well, anywhere where somebody wants to organize a party, generally that's where we are. There's also the class reunions, and I'm sure this is kind of strange for you because, I mean, you might be getting tired of seeing each other after, 1 year, 18 months or 4 years, and you're looking forward to your next step. But let me assure you that when we get in touch with you to say, hey, class reunion time, we're going to celebrate 5, 10, 15 years, even 40, 50 years. We've had people come to our offices in Paris, and they come in Zimmer frames, but they're still sitting down drinking champagne at the age of 80, 85, and really happy to see each other. So we'll be there to help get you together, and we hope you'll be present. And what I would just say for those of you who are class delegates, please reach out to us. We will be your companions in the long, long road of keeping your class alive and animated. We have tools for you. We can give you advice. We can share best practice. We're here for all of that. And let me pass the microphone over to Ophelie, who's going to talk to you about the international chapters.
Thank you, Janet. So I'm very glad to introduce you to the international ecosystem. We have about 80 international chapters. People are very connected. We know we have about 12,000 alumni internationally. At least this is what we have in our database. That's why it's important that you keep, as mentioned by Marguerite earlier, that you keep your profile up to date on our website, because we are certain that it is closer to 16 to 17,000 alumni, because people don't always think to update their profiles on our database, which is really a shame, because they can really miss out on so many opportunities. And I know it might seem easier, for example, to leave your parents' address wherever they live, but it's actually great for us to know that you are in Singapore, in Cameroon, in India, or that you are in Colombia, because that kind of affects where we put our resources and what kind of activities we could organize on that region. And our chapters, well, they organize about 200 events per year. And now with everything that's online, it means that pretty much everything is open to everybody. So please do not hesitate to check in with our chapters. If you do go traveling, do join, even if it's just that you are there for a few months. And it is a great way to build up your network when you do travel. So keep that in mind. And if we move on to the next slide, we also have, for example, the Global MBA After Work. This is a very, very nice event. So we say Global MBA After Work, but it's of course open to everybody. And this is a super event which is organized at least once a year. We have a club which is called MBA After Work, and they organize After Work the same day all over the world. So we have alumni in about 50 cities, preferably meeting in bars or something, with photos coming in on social media, telling us what people are doing and where they are. So that's pretty cool. And last year, it was a virtual 24-hour after work, you see. This is kind of things we like to organize just to keep a connection, you know. So thank you for listening. And then next slide is about the UK. So Christina, I'll pass it over to you.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ophelie. Hi, everyone. I'm Christina Keogh. It's just Alumni Relations and Event Manager at HEC UK office. I'm very excited to introduce the UK chapter to you because it's actually one of the biggest HEC community outside of France, with 3,000 alumni based in the UK. So thanks to that, we organize more than 100 events per year, very different ones, with our 12 clubs divided in 4 pillars. We have the finance one, innovation one, society and organization, and leisure pillar. And we organize very different kind of events like webinars, conferences around these topics like finance, innovation. We organize masterclasses as well. And we have as well more casual events like afterworks, networking evenings, and welcome breakfasts. We also organize career-oriented events and live project workshops like CV, cover letters, LinkedIn workshops, as well as inspiring events like Share and Grow Coffee Chats, where we have alumni coming and sharing their experience, expertise on certain topics, and to communicate on all our events and all our updates in this big community. We use a different type of platform, like of course our chapter pages on hcalumni.fr, our newsly newsletter as well. And we also communicate on using social media like WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. So you'll find all the useful link in the chat. And if you have any questions, or if you're considering moving to the UK, or if you're coming to the UK in the next few weeks or months or whatsoever, feel free to contact us. So now I leave the floor to Margaret, who's going to introduce the HC Live project. Thank you.
Mathilde, actually, I think.
Mathilde, I think you're the one taking over. Yes.
Ah, right. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mathilde Courtois, and I work for HEC Live Project, which I'm really excited to talk to you about. This is a department dedicated to the support and professional development of HEC alumni. We are a team of 4 people based in Paris, and we put all our energy into serving alumni to guide them toward the best experts and resources of HEC alumni, whatever their career paths and aspirations. So one question we love at HEC Live Project is, why do you work? What really drives you? And what impact do you want to have? What is your own definition of success? And these questions, they may seem a little abstract sometimes for you, and yet they are at the heart of building a very rich and fulfilling career path. And above all, a professional life that will truly reflect your potentials, your aspirations, and who you are. So you already know that our relationship with work has changed profoundly in recent years, and gone are the days of straight lines and career when the company was responsible for ensuring our professional progress and employability. Today, and even more so tomorrow, it will be your mission and your responsibility to discover and to develop your potential. And as you know, the new skills, they will be technical, but above all, they will be human. Your ability to adapt, to know yourself, to bounce back, to learn throughout your life, and to become responsible and authentic leaders. So this is a path that is built over a whole professional life, and the mission of HEC Live Project is really to support you at each of your stages by offering you adapted services and resources in a caring environment. So, in more concrete terms, here is a quick overview of what we provide. I will start with individual support. It's not on the slide, but it's really important. Know that you can get one-to-one interviews, which are free for all alumni members. It's a space to discuss your objectives and your professional project in a complete confidentiality. You can also have access to coaching with certified and carefully selected coach by HEC Live Project, and also, of course, project CV assessment. We also launched very recently a fresh new services called Akin, which is a professional assessment course. Totally online that you can do on your own. We also organized nearly 90 workshops each year on various subjects such as the pitch, how to become an entrepreneur, job search, networking, and of course, personal development. We also have 2 big events, the Alumni Forum in January and the Live Project Festival in the spring. And I want to highlight today our global mentoring community on HEC Pulse, where you can easily find a mentor that match your professional needs. I really encourage you to use this platform it's amazing to experience mentoring, and it can be really useful. I also want to highlight our dedicated job boards. It's the next slide. So of course you can have access to the HEC alumni job board with nearly 800 job offers since the beginning of the year. And what is really interesting is that you can access offers posted directly by other alumni. You can also recruit yourself by creating an account and posting job offers. We also have access to What's For You that gather job offers from top executive schools, and where you can have an access to Going Global, very useful services for international career, where you can get job offers, but also lots of contents, and it's really a great tool. And I will finish with our lifelong learning offers with Headflex, where you will find MOOCs and lots of contents. It's also an amazing platform to learn throughout your professional life. So we are really here to help you navigate through this exceptional network of alumni and resources. And as you can see, the numerous and diversified services, so that you can really find those that best match your needs and your projects. So I'll be very happy to tell you more if you have any question. I hope I wasn't too long, so don't hesitate to come back to me. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Mathilde. So we're moving on to our contents offer. So you may wonder what this means, but basically, as a community, we have lots of stories to tell about our alumni, our graduates, all over the world. So we have a number of different media channels on which we communicate about you and your peers who are a little bit older or graduating before you. So perhaps I'll start with this example here on the screen, which is called L'Entretien HEC. So it's actually a TV show which showcases, it's on French TV, it's on BFM TV, which is a French channel, business channel, and it features a top executive or somebody who's in a top position politically, who is invited by two journalists and who is discussing their current news in business or political affairs. It is a very high-profile TV show. It used to be a presential event, a big event called Les Matins HEC, which was very well attended and is very recognized on the French scene. This is the new version of Les Matins HEC in, let's say, a 2021 format. But we plan to launch more of these shows, perhaps with international TV channels as well, in order to capture that HEC really is at the heart of, takes the pulse of the business and is at the heart of important events and in front of important personalities all over the world. So I really encourage you to check it out. You will see some very interesting business leaders and CEOs in the recent months that we have featured. And the next one will come out at the end of this month and will feature the CEO of Michelin. So perhaps moving on, I can tell you a little bit about our magazine, HEC Stories. Yes, that's it. So this is a magazine that is printed off in French, but which content is also available fully in English online. So the website is hecstories.fr. And you can select your preferred language to check the contents. It's not your typical alumni magazine where you would have, lots of gossip and photos of parties and things like that. It's really a great journalistic content that we care for. We curate with a lot of care. So it's debating big issues, business issues. It's about responsibility in business as well. You would check out the editorial line is very much around the topics of, what are the challenges that companies and businesses face today. So it also has a section which is called the Alumni Journal, which features stories about our clubs that we mentioned earlier, our chapters, and also individual stories of people who want to tell things to their fellow graduates. So this is also a space for you to communicate, to essentially take your pen, your virtual pen, and tell your community about what you're doing. And also, we like you to keep us posted. If you don't write yourself in the alumni journal, but one day you do something great, or you want to tell us a story, contact the journal, and we'll make sure we send a journalist your way to portray you in the magazine. So it's also a space where you can actually raise your profile in the community. And what I would like to say is that the magazine is available fully online, so hecstories.fr, and also on mobile. So check it out. And of course, if you have also any suggestions, recommendations, or ideas for topics we should cover that we're apparently not talking about, then please let us know. This is very much your space as well, and our editorial team is really happy to hear from you. And soon, perhaps just to finish off, soon we already have a number of podcasts. I mentioned the TV show on BFM TV, but we will have more podcasts and more, let's say, rich formats coming up. So moving on our services, we also have something that might interest you. It's spaces, workspaces that you can use, starting with our headquarters in Paris. We are located on Avenue Franklin Roosevelt, which is just at the bottom of Champs-Élysées. So it's very central, nicely located in Paris. And you are very much welcome into our offices. If you wish to just meet us, have a coffee, or even meet a business relation, we have a lounge that is available and where you can check in. You just have to let us know that you're coming, but we'll make space for you. You can also organize your events in our meeting rooms. Again, there is the possibility to book. And this is your space. Our space is your space, and we have similar lounges existing in different places in the world. In China, in Shanghai, we just opened a new HEC alumni house at the heart of the French quarter of Shanghai. So we're very excited about that. The inauguration just happened a few days ago, and this is through a partnership with a local club. Basically, alumni locally, or even students who are interning in Shanghai for a few months, will be able to go there to meet up, to have conversations, to have events, dinners, etc. We also have a space in Abidjan in Ivory Coast, where HEC Paris has a representative office, and in London, where Christina is located. And London is particularly special because we're also trying to acquire a space which we can call which we could call HEC House as well. So watch this space. And finally, or perhaps last but not least, last year we launched an investment fund called HEC Ventures. You may have heard of it. This fund has raised about 33 million euros, mainly from alumni investors. And basically its mission is to invest in startups founded by HEC graduates and to accompany their growth over a period of 7 to 10 years. So it's a VC fund that we partnered with Eurazeo, a European asset management company, who is the manager of the fund. They do all the selection and the due diligence, but we were tasked with setting up the fund, raising the money, and of course, activating the ecosystem to accelerate the startups faster than any other fund. So we're very excited about this. The fund has already made 10 investments, so it's going very fast. We have a fantastic pipeline of entrepreneurs coming our way. So if you are in this position that you're starting up a company and you want to knock at the door of VC funds to raise money, then think about HEC Ventures. You are sure that your project would be looked at least, because of the HEC component of the fund. And we're very, very happy to have a conversation with you. And if it happens later in life, well, you know, HEC Ventures is going to be investing for the next 3 to 4 years. So there is a good window there for you to think about that. And of course, maybe we will launch other funds which are set up in the same way. So yeah, you might wonder how to get started. So I will leave it to, is it you, Christina?
I'm going to start off, and me, Janet, okay. I'm going to start, and then Christina is going to take over. So how to get started. Well, actually, for those of you that are here today, there are 2 types of people who are here. There are those of you who started after September 2019 and those who started at HEC before 2019. And it's not the same, quite the same conditions for both of you. For those of you who started a HEC program after September 2019, your membership fee, your lifetime membership fee, the HEC alumni, was included in your tuition fees. So you are Infinity Pass members, which means you have access to the full range of services for life for HEC alumni. Now that's not the case for those of you that started before September 2019, and we feel your pain. I mean, really, we felt, gosh, that's really not fair. So we said, let's come up with a special deal for those students whose membership fees were not included in their tuition fees. So we have a very special offer for you, and really please spread the news to your friends, because it would be a shame that they would miss it. Because for those students who are finishing this year, who started their program before September 2019, if you pay your membership fee for 150 euros, your Infinity Pass, you get it for life, instead of paying from next year, when you are no longer students, 1,600 euros for life. So really, it's a great deal. So please don't hesitate to pick up on that. We'll start sending you some mails so that you don't forget, because last year we had a few students who were kicking themselves that they hadn't quite availed of it. But this is now the time. So really, if you can, don't hesitate to invest in that. It's a great investment. So anyway, presuming that you all now have your membership fees, let's move ahead, and Christina is going to tell you about how we can go forward. And sorry, just to say what we're doing actually now, you don't have to be a membership fee. You don't have to be a fee-paying member to be able to do, okay? All members will be able to do what we're doing right now. Please, Christina, off you go.
So right now to join us, the first thing you need to do is to go on hecalumni.fr and activate your account with your email address if you didn't do it yet. And then once you are logged in on HEC Alumni, you can go on your profile to complete it, update it, fill it up with your details, where you are, which company you'll join, or where you work, and so on. And then feel free to go on the website, search, look at the other clubs, professional clubs, international chapters, have a look at the directory, and enjoy all the events and all the updates that you will receive and that you will see on hecalumni.fr. And please, if you have any questions or if you have any problems, feel free to contact us at info@hecalumni.fr, or you can contact me, or you can contact Janet or Marguerite. We'll be there for you. And we hope to see you there soon.
If you have any questions, we'll be happy to take them over the chat, or you can equally activate your microphone to ask us anything. You know, this is your time now with us, so please feel free if anything was unclear, or if you want to have more detail on something we've talked about.
I have a question. I think I'm logged into the platform, and I have this button on the top, Je cotise. So, but I don't need to pay anything. I don't really understand.
Janet, would you like to answer? You have to put on your microphone.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, that's completely normal. It just flashes all of the time. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen so you can actually see. So what you're referring to is this button up here, which says join now. That's there for everybody, but that doesn't mean that you're not identified as a fee-paying member. You are. It will be more towards when you get to access to certain services. That's where you'll see if you were not a fee-paying member. So for example, typically if you were to go to a job board, which will be here, Life Project, job boards, you would not be able to access the job board if you were not a fee-paying member. So that'll be the test for you.
Okay, thank you. And does this mean that I will have my HEC email address for life now, or I need to do something?
Yeah, the email address will be open to everybody. So that's something which is really important to our community. So just by updating your profile on our website and making sure that we have your up-to-date email address, like your Gmail address or whatever your go-to address is, that will automatically activate your mailhec.com address, which isn't a real email address. It's an address which redirects any mails to the address that you have filled out on our database. So yeah, that's open to absolutely everybody. It's something which is very useful for us because actually within our community, we say that people who reach out to people for networking purposes, if they were to reach out to, let's say, to 10 different people, well, they should expect to have about 7 positive returns. And I think a lot of that has to do with this mailhec.com address, because if you were to receive a mail at your mailhec.com address, you know it's from somebody within the community. You don't have to bother checking in the directory. Does that person really exist? Is that person really a graduate from HEC alumni? People actually just believe it and they just react spontaneously. And just another point on the networking, because I think it's important to, if you do start reaching out to people and you're not getting the response rate that I just mentioned, it could be that there's something wrong in the way that you're reaching out. And some people can be unwillingly just a little bit perhaps too aggressive or too forward and reaching out saying, hey, I want a job, which of course is not the way you reach out to somebody in the community. So if you're kind of wondering how to do it, or if you're not getting the feedback you would like, we have a number of networking events and networking seminars, in fact, that will help you to best make use of our community. So don't hesitate to sign up for one because all will be explained. And honestly, it's a very good investment of just an hour and a half of your time, and we would strongly recommend it.
Thank you, Janet. Just one precision. Now my address is not hec.com, but hec.edu. Yeah.
Our email address will be mailhec.com. But it's true that for most of you, because the information we have on you today is the information that we got from the school when you started your program. So that means the email address that the school communicated to us at that time was hec.edu. But that address will not last forever. It'll probably expire for you at the end of 2021, I would imagine. So it's important for us now that you take the time to go on our website and complete your profile. You can even import your LinkedIn profile so that we have all of your details. But if you don't do that, when the hec.edu address expires, we have no way of getting in touch with you and keeping you informed of our events. And it's not just about us keeping you informed, it's also about other alumni reaching out to you, because there's a lot of networking that happens among alumni, and people will be reaching out to you because you're based in such a country, or because you're working in such a company, or because you have such a professional experience. And those people won't be able to get in touch with you if we don't have your details. I'm just going to take you very quickly here up to the directory, and I'm just going to click here and hopefully it'll charge quickly. But so for example, if I was to go into Ingrid, I don't even know who Ingrid is, but let me take you to Ingrid's file. So here I'm going into Ingrid and I'll just click on contact information. And that's where you see she's got a hec.edu address, which is probably not the right one to have, particularly for somebody who graduated when did she graduate? She graduated in 2019, you see. Although I would think it's still working if she has paid her Infinity Pass. But anyway, just to let you know, it is important that you keep your details updated because people will be consulting them.
But do I get this mailhec.com address automatically, or I need to do something?
You won't have to do anything. It'll all be programmed for you. You won't even have to push any button. Just make sure that your account is activated on our website and that your email address is up to date, and it'll all happen automatically.
Okay, thank you.
Someone is asking about HEC Pulse and how to connect. So perhaps just to explain, your first point of call is the hecalumni.fr website. So this is where you will connect with your login, which will be this universal email address that Janet mentioned. Or you will receive that. You will have received your login details already. If you haven't, you need to reach out to us. How you access HEC Pulse is through the Life project section of the website. And then here you will be able to go into individual services and there to access the mentoring service through HEC Pulse. What you will have to do if you want to access the mentoring through HEC Pulse is you will have to log in again. So, it will recognize who you are, but you will have to enter some of the characteristics of the mentor of your dreams. You can even choose from people who are already mentors and will appear directly on your page, alumni mentors. You can choose some of these people, or you can just fill in the characteristic that you look for in your mentor. Maybe it's somebody ideally who works in the tech sector, or somebody who works in consulting in Germany, because this is part of your goal to understand that industry better. And the platform will automatically match you with the mentor that is closest to what you look for. So because we need to know about that particular information that you look for, you have to fill in a sort of online form to get into the platform. I hope that makes sense and answers your question.
Any other questions? Is everything crystal clear? Somebody's asking how to access the mailhec.com inbox.
Right.
There is no inbox because it's not a real address. It's just going to point any mails to your Gmail inbox or your whatever Outlook inbox. So there is no inbox. It's not a real mail. It's just a redirection address. Sorry to interrupt, Margaret.
No, I just wanted to say that we were very happy to meet you today, albeit virtually, and we can't see all of your faces, but we'd be delighted to see the real you. If you come to our offices or you join some of our webinars, some of our events, there's plenty there on offer. So please keep the connection with your alumni association. We want to know about your development, your progress, where you are, where you work. Keep your profile up to date, and that's how you will be, constantly part of this community, and you will be constantly relevant to your needs as well. So we are very delighted to welcome you to this great network. Keep in touch, and you know where to find us. So please do ask ourselves all of your questions. I'm just going to drop my email address in the chat. If you want to reach out to me or connect me on LinkedIn, please do so. And congratulations again. We're absolutely delighted for you to graduate from HEC Paris and join this great network of alumni.
And if I can just butt in, we will be sharing the slides with you. We won't share them with you until we have our final presentation tomorrow. We're meeting another group of your classmates tomorrow. And in fact, please don't hesitate to tell them to come along and to find out more about it. But we have recorded today's session, so we'll be willing to share that recording with you as the presentations. However, we will be sending out a specific mail just to point you to the different important parts of our website, and so that you have the exact link to take you to the place where you need to update your profile, where you can get to HEC Pulse, where you can get to HEC Stories and those kind of things. Okay. We're so glad you could be with us today. Well, as Margaret says, we hope we'll see you again really, really soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.